All right, my dear fellows, let me hit you with some peak excitement. This manhwa is jam-packed with adventures, brimming with action, twists, and wild moments that'll keep you hooked. It's the kind of masterpiece that'll make you laugh, scream, and maybe even question your life choices in the best way possible. And guess what? It's brand new and already got me fascinated. You know I had to share it with all of you because legends don't gatekeep. So let's get connected, dive into this world, and vibe together as we explore this banger. Picture this. It's the year 2077, and humanity's existence is hanging by a thread. The virtual game Apocalypse? Yeah, it's not just a game anymore, it's become reality. Tornadoes of lightning rip through the skies and blood-red-eyed monsters are descending from above, ready to wipe out everything in their path. But humanity isn't going down without a fight. People are awakening supernatural abilities, stepping up with courage to protect what's left of the world. In the middle of all this madness stands our protagonist, Xiao, the richest guy around, and someone who's got both power and devotion. Scene 1. Xiao's love for Qin Yanran knows no bounds. Monsters are everywhere, but he's focused on keeping her safe. He looks her in the eyes and promises, "Don't worry, Yanran. I've spent a fortune hiring 10 experts to help you level up, making sure you get the best." But wait, Xiao doesn't stop there. Oh no, my guy is all in. He spends an insane amount of money on a divine artifact just for Qin Yanran, pulling out every stop to ensure her safety and growth. Thanks to his efforts, Qin Yanran becomes a god-tier powerhouse in Dragon Country, wielding her divine artifact like a boss. Fast forward, and now it's time for the big moment, Xiao and Qin Yanran's wedding. Everyone's gathered to witness this so-called match made in heaven. From the crowd, someone gushes so envious. They're truly perfect for each other. Meanwhile, another girl dreams aloud, a rich and devoted man like Xiao. If only I could meet one. Only to get roasted by her friend. You keep dreaming. And then it happens. The moment that makes this manhwa a masterpiece of betrayal. As Xiao, brimming with love, romantically asks, "Yanran, will you marry me?" She smiles, but it's not the smile of a happy bride. Nope. It's the smile of pure evil. She pulls him in for a hug, whispers in his ear, "I won't." And before Xiao can even process the words, bam! She rips his heart out, literally. Xiao screams in agony as Qin Yanran laughs maniacally, "Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha!" But wait, it gets worse. Out of the shadows steps another guy, decked out in a slick black suit with a yellow shirt, sporting the same cold, evil eyes as Qin Yanran. Xiao, lying on the ground, heartless and broken, croaks out in disbelief, "Qin Yanran." And here's the dagger to the soul. Qin Yanran, holding Xiao's heart like a trophy, spits out her true motives. "Xiao, do you think money can buy my true feelings? Do you think gifting me equipment allows you to morally coerce me? You're wrong. I accepted your gifts, but that doesn't mean I agree to your affection." And then, the ultimate gut punch. "I'm not that cheap. Everything I've achieved today was earned through my own hard work." As Qin Yanran clutches Xiao's literal heart in her left hand, she leans into Zhou Hong, the tall, sinister guy in the black suit. Smiling wickedly, she looks down at Xiao, still bleeding and broken, and says with mock affection, "The only person who understands my struggles is Zhou Hong. Now, I'll give your heart to him. That way, being with him, I can hear your heartbeat every day." Isn't that touching? Touching? More like gut-wrenching. Xiao, barely able to muster any words through the pain, chokes out, You two." But before he can finish, Zhou Hong stomps on Xiao's face, sneering, "What? You? Go die, trash." He follows it up with the ultimate insult, "Now everything of yours is mine. Ha ha ha." The scene shifts as Xiao is cast into a dark abyss, left to fall endlessly into despair. Alone in the void, he replays everything in his mind, the betrayal, the pain, the loss. Broken and grieving, he mutters, "Why? Qin Yanran. For you, I gave up everything wholeheartedly, only for you to betray me in the end." But even as he wallows in sorrow, a spark of rage ignites. Grinding his teeth, he growls, "No, I no longer have a heart, but I won't let it end like this. No way. That's when the transformation begins. His body surges with newfound power, and his thoughts turn dark and vengeful. I'm unwilling. I'll make you pay. I'll have my revenge. I will make those despicable people pay the price. And just like that, the scene flips. Suddenly, Xiao wakes up. Back in time. It's a week before the game apocalypse begins. He's no longer a victim. He's been given a second chance to rewrite his destiny. Looking around, he realizes the timeline and mutters, "Is this reincarnation? I remember now. It's a week before the game starts. There's 200,000 yuan on this card. Qin Yanran's monthly allowance." His expression hardens and a sly smirk creeps across his face. I really have been reborn. Right on cue, Qin Yanran shows up, but this time her venomous words don't faze him. She scoffs. Xiao, are you deaf? Didn't you hear me? Do you think I need your little bit of money? Accepting your money was just me saving your pride and face. Got it? And if that wasn't enough, she delivers the final slap in the face. If you keep clinging to me, don't ever come and find me again. But this isn't the same Xiao. No longer broken, no longer blinded by love, he looks at her with calm, calculated confidence. Qin Yanran notices his demeanor shift and sneers. What? Regretting it already? After her arrogant tirade, Xiao cuts her off with a sharp, biting tone. For my good? How about I go to hell instead? Qin Yanran freezes, completely caught off guard. Nervously, she stammers. What? But Xiao doesn't let up, his voice calm yet laced with cold sarcasm. That must have been so hard for you. Don't worry, I'll make it easy. I'll never give you anything again. Her shock turns to rage as she shouts, You, another one of your little tricks? Fine, since you came all the way here, I'll reluctantly accept your card this time. But Xiao smirks and snaps back. Get lost. Immediately, right now. Her face twists with fury and she screams, Xiao, how dare you talk to me like this? You'll regret it. Xiao, unbothered and oozing confidence, steps closer and looks down at her shoes with a mocking expression. I just remembered. Those shoes you're wearing? I bought those too. Take them off before you leave. Qin Yanran's eyes widen and she yells in disbelief. Xiao, don't think your little bit of money makes you great. Do you think this will make me yield to you? Unfazed, Xiao grabs the shoes and tosses them straight into the trash. Qin Yanran, now completely livid, screams, Xiao, remember what you've done today. Even if you kneel and beg me later, I will never acknowledge you again. Xiao, his face unreadable, delivers his final blow. That would be a blessing. I beg you, don't ever show up in front of me again. With cold confidence in his eyes, he turns away, muttering, I've got more important things to do than waste time on you. The Apocalypse beta test will begin in 1 week. At that time, during the first 10 minutes of the beta test, the recharge system will be briefly activated. Xiao knows this is his chance to get ahead. Picking up his phone, he dials someone important. I need to gather enough funds before the test begins. On the other end of the line, a sharp and professional voice answers. Hey, isn't this the legendary romantic? Why the sudden call? It's Yilin, a businesswoman known for her ambition. Xiao doesn't waste time. Hey Yilin, you've always wanted my shares, right? 20 billion all at once. Do you want them? Yilin, stunned by the offer, nearly drops the phone. What? Did I hear that right? You're selling your shares? Without missing a beat, Xiao replies with absolute certainty. 20 billion, not a cent less. Complete all the paperwork within 5 days and transfer the money to my account. With your skills, Miss Lin, that shouldn't be a problem, right? Yilin, ecstatic with her victory, smugly says, Finally, Yi Corporation is mine, ha. But Xiao shuts her down without emotion. Cut the crap. Call me when it's ready. Hanging up the phone, Xiao smirks to himself, the confidence in his voice unmistakable. Next, I'll wait for the Apocalypse beta to arrive. This life, I'll climb the throne alone. A week later, the screen flashes with a dramatic intro. Welcome to the game. This version of the game is in beta. Congratulations on gaining beta access. This test will last for 3 days. The public version will be launched soon. Ye Xiao, now fully immersed in the game, lands in a lush jungle teeming with danger. The wind rustles through the trees as he takes in his surroundings, a smirk forming on his face. That familiar feeling. This is it, the starting point of the Apocalypse game. The words on the screen boldly declare, Apocalypse game begins. As Ye Xiao navigates the starting area, he spots a glowing interface in the air. Tapping it, he begins configuring his character, nickname, Knight Xiao. As for my class, the scene cuts to a massive, majestic dragon breathing fire, scorching the battlefield. Beside it, a warrior wielding a divine artifact releases flames just as fierce. Ye Xiao watches with determination in his eyes. He recalls his past experiences and mutters, last time a guild was wiped out by a god-tier beast tamer leading a dark abyss dragon. Grinning confidently, he makes his decision. This time, I'm not lacking money or resources. Let's go with beast tamer. The screen flashes as Ye Xiao finalizes his choice. His expression shifts to one of absolute determination, and he clenches his fist with newfound resolve. Ha ha, he laughs, the fire in his eyes unmistakable. Now comes the most important moment. With a swift tap, Ye Xiao pulls up the recharge menu. The screen lights up with top-up options, and without hesitation, he selects the highest tier. Let's see who dares to stand in my way this time. The stage is set, and Ye Xiao's rise to domination in the Apocalypse game has officially begun. The screen flashes a congratulatory message. Congratulations, your recharge was successful. 20 billion gold coins have been credited. As the coins and cash rain down around him, Ye Xiao's face lights up with excitement. Haha, amazing. 20 billion in, and within 3 days, the value of these coins will multiply tenfold. But just as he's soaking in the glory of his newfound wealth, another message appears on the screen. Congratulations, you're the first player to recharge over 1 billion. The system has unlocked a unique hidden profession reward. A new message pops up. Hidden profession identified, automatically merging. Ye Xiao's excitement turns to confusion as he watches the screen. Huh? A dark figure with glowing red eyes appears before him. The screen flashes again. Congratulations. You've obtained a second profession. Wealth. Ye Xiao stares at the message in disbelief. He then looks at his left hand, which is glowing with divine energy, and mutters, What's this? A hidden profession unlocked by spending too much money? A hidden class? God of Wealth? Suddenly a giant red frog materializes before him, causing Ye Xiao to freeze in shock. The frog in a booming voice says to itself, I didn't expect that it would be a young brat to unlock me. Ye Xiao, nervous and puzzled, looks around. Where did this frog jump out from, he thinks. The frog glares at him and barks, Insolent! I'm Ebisu, your wealth mentor. You're the 709th god of wealth under my training. Ye Xiao's mind races as he tries to process the absurdity of the situation. Ye Xiao stares at the red frog, his eyes sharp with disbelief. He mutters under his breath, A toad as a wealth mentor? Do you think you're selling financial products? The frog responds with a booming voice, Beat, I'll show you what real wealth is. As the frog speaks, a series of messages pop up on the screen, each detailing Ye Xiao's new abilities. Innate talent. Wealth. Rolling in LV1. The most basic ability of the wealth god is to generate wealth. Gold coins you carry increase by 1% daily. Innate talent penny pincher. LV1. As a wealth god, you reject all losses. Upon death, your gold coins and items will not drop. Innate talent. Extraordinary luck. LV1. They say money brings good fortune. You possess immense wealth and excellent luck. Innate talent, unmatched charm. LV1. Even the ugliest person becomes handsome with generosity. You are incredibly charming. Charm plus. Innate talent power of the wealth god. LV1. As a god you possess divine power. For every 1,000,000 gold coins spent on a random attribute point, up to 100 points daily. Ye Xiao is completely stunned by the overwhelming abilities. His eyes widen, and he exclaims, What the heck? After taking in the immense power he now holds, Ye Xiao begins to process everything. No wonder it's a hidden class, so many innate talents, but none of them seem offensive. The frog responds, "You just don't get it. Any one of these wealth god talents can bring immense riches." Xiao ponders this as he looks at one of his abilities. Innate talent, wealth rolling in LV1. The most basic ability of the wealth god is to generate wealth. Gold coins you carry increase by 1% daily. Wealth rolling in? Gold coins. That means with my current wealth of 2.2 billion, I'd earn an extra 22 million daily. The frog adds, and with the power of the wealth god, you could earn 22 free attribute points daily. Do you realize what that means? The screen pops up again with another message. Innate talent, power of the wealth god. You possess divine power. For every million gold coins spent, plus own random attribute point, up to 100 points daily. Xiao, now fully grasping the magnitude of his new abilities, picks up the red frog with a confident smile and declares, "Damn, this wealth god class is too overpowered. In my last life, I spent all my money on Qinyanran. In this life, as a wealth god, I'll show the world the true meaning of money power." The frog, visibly angry, yells, "Beat! Put me down now." Xiao laughs and clicks the enter button on the screen. They both enter into the game area, and Xiao exclaims with excitement, "With this golden finger, why wait to grow stronger? Straight to the newbie village." As Xiao and the red frog land on the ground of newbie village flower plains, the frog lets out a loud "ouch" after hitting the ground. Xiao, still trying to get his bearings, looks around and says, "Looks like the server just opened. Not many people here. Perfect time to grow quickly." He takes a moment to check his profile in the game, studying the details of his abilities and attributes. Turning to the red frog, he says, "Starting as a beast tamer is dozens of times harder than other classes. Early on, you can't tame powerful beasts. To grow quickly, I need to think of a strategy." The red frog, now perched on Xiao's shoulder, looks down at the screen and responds, "Choosing beast tamer was reckless. You don't even start with a weapon. You don't understand. Beast tamer has the highest potential and the most growth." Suddenly, a group of elite level 5 goblins appears on the horizon, heading straight for them with weapons raised. Xiao's eyes widen in shock as the goblins scream in unison, "Meat, the smell of human meat." For the first time, Xiao feels the weight of fear gripping him as he looks at the terrifying creatures charging toward him. Crap, a level 5 elite warrior. How unlucky can I get? Should I fight or flee? He wonders, his heart racing. The red frog, however, isn't waiting for an answer. It leaps off Xiao's shoulder and starts sprinting away in panic. Xiao watches in disbelief, muttering, "This toad sure runs fast." The frog, now in full-on panic mode, shouts back, "What's there to think about? You're practically naked, no weapons, and facing a level 5 elite. Run." With no choice but to follow suit, Xiao starts running, his legs pumping as fast as they can carry him. The goblins, relentless in their pursuit, yell after him, "Food, stop running!" In a moment of desperation, Xiao looks around, hoping for some help. "Crap, someone save me!" He cries out, but all he hears is the sound of the goblins' laughter echoing behind him. After narrowly escaping the elite goblins, Xiao and the red frog finally make it to the main city, both exhausted and gasping for breath. Xiao looks around, relieved to have made it this far, and mutters, "Finally made it to the main city. That was close. Almost died at the start. I've never suffered such humiliation." Meanwhile, a group of players nearby are gossiping about him, clearly amused by his appearance and choice of class. One of them remarks, "Huh? Someone actually picked Beast Tamer?" Another one snickers and says, "Yeah, unbelievable." "And their beast is... Your beast is a toad?" Xiao, already on edge, snaps back, "You are the toad. Your whole family are toads." He storms off to the side, but the insults keep coming. "Ha ha! This beast tamer is hilarious. Right?" And he tamed a toad. Trying his best to ignore them, Xiao marches forward, but the red frog on his shoulder, ever the troublemaker, says, "There are beast eggs for sale in the city. Go buy one, brat." Xiao, not interested in settling for anything ordinary, replies confidently, "I'm not settling for any ordinary beasts. The red frog, a little confused, asks, "What do you want then?" They continue walking toward their destination, the Supreme Hall. The red frog warns him, "Are you crazy? At level 1, why come here? Only level 100 plus players can hire guards here." But Xiao remains determined, brushing off the frog's concerns. "Stop talking. I know what I'm doing. Let's go." They reach the entrance to the Supreme Hall, but just as Xiao starts to ascend the stairs, someone suddenly stops him. A deep voice calls out, "Wait!" Xiao turns to see a grand archmage standing in front of him, blocking his path. The archmage, holding a divine artifact, looks down at Xiao and says, "Young man, this is not a place for you. Return when you've trained more. Only with the City Lord's recommendation letter can the doors to the Supreme Hall open for you." The archmage is level 80, a formidable figure, but Xiao remains unfazed, his confidence unwavering. No wonder this place is so grand. Even the guard is a level 80 archmage. With a grin, Xiao looks up at the archmage and says, "Honorable archmage, I don't have a recommendation letter." The archmage responds curtly, "Then leave. The Supreme Hall is the Empire's pride, not for someone like you." Unbothered, Xiao smirks and responds, "I don't have a letter, but I heard the archmage recently lost something. I've come to return it." The archmage, now suspicious, narrows his eyes and asks, "Something? What thing? Don't try to fool me." As the conversation between Xiao and the archmage continues, Xiao decides to demonstrate the power of his wealth. He casually points and says, "Archmage, look over there." The archmage turns around, confused, but his expression changes when he sees gold coins scattered near his feet. Xiao continues, "Archmage, over there too. Behind you, more coins. Archmage, do you like them?" The archmage, his eyes wide with surprise and joy, bends down and scoops up the gold coins. He exclaims with delight, "Oh my!" With a wide smile, he looks back at Xiao and says, "VIP room at the War God Pavilion, Supreme Hall upstairs, please." Xiao, ever the cheeky one, smirks and asks, "Ahem, Master, I liked your fierce demeanor earlier. Can I bring it back?" The archmage, clearly flustered, coughs and avoids making eye contact, muttering, "Cough! Young man, go on up." Xiao grins, Now this is more like it, ha ha ha." The red frog, observing the scene, thinks to himself, "Money really works wonders, huh?" They approach the Supreme Hall, its grandeur impossible to ignore. As they enter, Xiao notices 2 towering guards standing in front of it. One is a Supreme Hall Honor Knight Golem, level 100, and the other is a Supreme Hall Honor Knight Golem, level 80. The red frog, impressed by the sight, says, "The Supreme Hall really lives up to its name. A level 100 hireable guardian, equip this, and you can dominate the novice village, kid." Xiao, unfazed, shakes his head and replies confidently, "These don't interest me, they're beneath me." Just as they're about to enter, a giant figure emerges, its presence commanding attention. With a deep, booming voice, the figure asks, "Who let you all in here?" The screen flashes with the words, "Berserk Blood Warrior." Xiao, unbothered by the intimidating figure, responds calmly, "I need to hire a divine-level golem guardian." The giant figure looks skeptical, replying, Divine-level golems are extremely rare. How could they possibly be available for hire?" The giant guard, still processing Xiao's request, shakes his head and speaks again. "Besides, looking at your stats, hiring an 80-level guardian is already more than enough. Hiring a divine-level golem isn't something you can afford." Xiao, unfazed, replies confidently, 1 billion per day. The giant guard, now utterly shocked, stammers, 1 billion? Well, technically it's impossible. Rules are ultimately set by people. By coincidence, I know a divine-level spellcaster who might help. Xiao's eyes widen as he ponders to himself, "A spellcaster? That's a hidden class." He then continues, "Divine-level spellcasters are incredibly versatile. Protection, defense, offense, all in one package. Hiring them right from the start would be a great choice." "All right, let's go with that." The giant guard looks at him carefully and asks, "I can summon them any time, but first I need to confirm one thing. When will you pay the 1 billion? Ye Xiao, with a confident smile, responds, "Let's sign the contract now, and I'll pay whenever needed." The giant warrior nods. "Then there's no issue. Once the contract is signed, I'll summon them right away." After signing the contract, Ye Xiao exclaims, "Perfect, the sooner the better. I'm on a tight schedule." Moments later, a beautiful woman in a red dress, holding a divine artifact, materializes before them. Her presence is awe-inspiring, and she exudes a powerful aura. She introduces herself with a smirk. "Oh, it's a handsome young man. I'm Dolores, a divine-level spellcaster. According to the contract, I'll follow your orders for the next 24 hours. Xiao, visibly stunned by her sudden appearance, thinks to himself, "Her level's too high. I can't view her details at all." He then looks at her, trying to regain his composure, but his nerves show as he speaks. "Nice to meet you, Senior. I've hired you mainly to tackle a very difficult." Dolores, amused by his nervousness, giggles and interrupts. "Difficult? What hard dungeons could there be in the novice village? Goblin King, or maybe his entire family. All of them are a wave of my hand away from defeat." Xiao, now slightly embarrassed but determined, says, "Let's not waste time. I'll leave this to you, Senior." Dolores smiles. "Easy. Lead the way." The scene then shifts to a demonstration of Dolores's immense power. She effortlessly dispatches wave after wave of goblins, casting powerful fireballs that incinerate them with ease. As the goblins fall, a bystander watches in awe, thinking to himself, "Whoa, are those damage values? Did someone just beat their enemies into revealing phone numbers?" Another character, witnessing the destruction, screams, "Destroy them! Take out all these goblins! They nearly killed me earlier." As Ye Xiao and the Red Frog make their way through the scene, the chatter around them intensifies. 3 characters stand nearby, discussing the unexpected sight they've just witnessed. One of them exclaims, "Am I seeing this right? That guy's partnered with a spellcaster? These damage numbers are insane." Another one, looking puzzled, asks, "Doesn't seem like a spellcaster. They don't display a level. Is it a hack?" The third character responds with certainty, "There's no such thing as hacks. Must be a high-level NPC hireling. That spellcaster." Meanwhile, the system announces Ye Xiao's progress with a series of level-up notifications. "Ding, congratulations. Your level has successfully risen to level 10. You've earned 10 attribute points for free allocation. Ding, congratulations. You are the first player in Novice Village 9527 to reach level 10. You've earned an additional 10 attribute points. Ding, congratulations. You are the first player worldwide to reach level 10. You've earned 50 bonus attribute points and the title Spend Ascender." The Red Frog, surprised, remarks, "Kid, you've hit level 10 already? The highest among other players isn't even beyond level 5. The screen shifts to another system announcement. Ding. World announcement. Player successfully reached level 10. Unlocking the level leaderboard. Night Sorrow has. Ding. World announcement. Player Night Sorrow. In the distance, characters watching the announcement react with astonishment. One of them exclaims, "What the heck? It hasn't even been a full day, and someone's already level 10? Who is this Night Sorrow?" Another player says, "Seems like it's that person. They're absolutely overpowered." A crow, observing the announcement, wonders aloud, "Could they be the game's GM, running tests?" One player, eager to get close to the rising star, says, "I need to go cling to their coattails. Is it still too late?" A voice in the background adds, "Doubt all you want. Of course you don't know yet. Soon enough, when the game Doomsday becomes reality." Then another voice confidently states, "You'll realize that I am the true God." As Ye Xiao processes the information, he mutters to himself, "That should do it." With the level-up attribute points, and the 100% earned from spending 1 billion today via wealth power, it's about time to head to our true destination. The scene transitions to Ye Xiao and the Red Frog heading towards an unknown location. The Red Frog, curious, asks, "This is far. Is this the hidden dungeon you mentioned?" Ye Xiao responds confidently, "That's right, Dragon's Lair, here I come." The screen flashes again with the world-level leaderboard, and Ye Xiao's name proudly displayed at the top. Rank 1, Night Sorrow, LV10, Wago, Rank 2, None. Rank 3, None. Note, level 10 is the minimum for leaderboard entry. In the next scene, a stealth walker, level 3, is shown slaying goblins with swift precision, his weapon cutting through them effortlessly. He mutters to himself, "I've been hunting elite monsters since entering the game, and I'm still only level 3? Someone's already level 10? Is there some exploit in the game?" And Xiao. Never heard of that name before. His face twists into a sinister, villainous expression as he continues. "Looks like there's another strong rival. This is exciting." The atmosphere darkens, and his words hint at a dangerous rivalry brewing. The scene then shifts, showing a map of Novice Village 9527, deep within Whispering Valley. Coordinates 1102, 254. Xiao speaks confidently. "So this is the place." He approaches a stone, his hand glowing with divine power, and with a surge of energy, he shatters it. As the stone crumbles, the screen reveals a magnificent dragon kingdom. A warning appears. "Ding! This area is extremely dangerous. Leave immediately." The divine spellcaster Dolores observes the scene with a mix of awe and concern. How is this possible? Such an overpowering aura. How could a dragon reside here? There's actually a hidden dungeon. "Kid, how did you even find it?" She pauses, clearly uneasy. "If it's a dragon, I'm not confident I can handle it alone." Xiao reassures her, his confidence unwavering. "I'm not dumb enough to fight a dragon. Let's go in and take a look first." As they enter the dungeon, Xiao begins explaining the history of a past adventurer. Years ago, a level 100 berserker accidentally triggered a hidden quest to explore the dragon's lair. He discovered the dungeon entrance was actually hidden in Novice Village. At the time, no one believed him. Everyone thought it was impossible for a high-level dungeon to exist in Novice Village, so he had to venture in alone. He never returned. The Red Frog, intrigued, asks, "So how did you know?" Xiao grins. "I bought his battle footage at a high price, and discovered there's a rare dragon egg inside this dungeon." The spellcaster grows nervous, her eyes widening in disbelief. "Stealing a dragon egg? That's harder than slaying a dragon. Kid, are you messing with me?" The frog echoes her concern. "What, a dragon egg? Don't tell me you're actually planning to steal it." Despite their doubts, Xiao remains as confident as ever. "Sister Tao, you're a god-tier sorceress. Don't be so modest." He gives his explanation. "Look, it's just a dragon. Sister Tao, the great god-tier sorceress, could take it down in seconds." The screen flashes with a new skill. Skill, Holy Judgment Radiant Dragon Tier. The party gazes in awe at the sight before them, a massive dragon, lying atop a mound of gold coins, its eyes glimmering with power. The atmosphere is thick with tension, but Xiao's determination remains unshaken as they prepare for what's to come. The scene intensifies as the spellcaster, visibly terrified, gazes at the radiant dragon and says with a quiver in her voice, "A tier 5 dragon. Good thing I brought a teleport scroll." The red frog, equally anxious, quickly chimes in, "You go in first. I'll wait outside the cave." Xiao, ever the confident hero, looks to the spellcaster and asks, "Sister Tao, do you think we can manage?" She looks back at him with concern, shaking her head. "A tier 3 dragon alone could destroy an entire guild. This radiant dragon is one of the top-tier dragons. We have less than a 1% chance." But Xiao, unfazed by her words, maintains his focus on the dragon's egg. "That sounds terrifying. This dragon egg must be even more valuable than I thought. I have to get it." The spellcaster, now clearly terrified, exclaims, "Not a chance, I'm out of here." Xiao, not backing down, tries to persuade her with an offer. "Sister Tao, I'll pay you double the commission." Her resolve doesn't waver, though, as she responds, "Even doubling the pay won't help. It's not that I don't want the commission, but we just can't beat it." Xiao, ever the strategist, insists, "We're not actually fighting it. Just buy some time." The spellcaster's expression hardens. There's no buying time. No one can withstand a tier 5 radiant dragon. Ye Xiao, with determination in his eyes, raises the stakes. Triple the commission. After a brief pause, the spellcaster reluctantly agrees, gritting her teeth. Damn it. If I have to risk my life, I'll do it. The scene shifts as the spellcaster prepares for the fight of her life. I'll go all out. 3 minutes. I can buy you 3 minutes at most, she says, drawing her divine artifact and focusing her power. Ye Xiao watches in awe, seeing attributes pop up on his screen as he gains buffs from the spellcaster's support. He looks impressed and mutters to himself, Wow, master, so reliable. Buffs active. A little preparation is key to surviving in this world. The spellcaster shouts at him. Buff duration is 3 minutes. The rest is up to you. Ye Xiao responds with admiration. Incredible. As expected of a god-tier sorceress. Truly terrifying. The battle begins as the spellcaster faces the radiant dragon head-on. Wretched beast. Normally I'd fear you, but for these 3 minutes even you will bow before me, she declares, her voice filled with defiance. With a swift motion, she unleashes a powerful skill, Ice Arrow, sending a chilling blast toward the dragon. The ice arrow strikes the dragon, momentarily freezing it, buying Ye Xiao precious seconds to carry out his plan. The fight intensifies, and the clock is ticking as Ye Xiao prepares to steal the dragon's egg, with the spellcaster doing everything she can to hold the beast at bay. The tension builds as Ye Xiao, holding his breath, creeps closer to the radiant dragon's egg. Shh, don't let it notice us, or we're dead meat, he whispers, glancing at the spellcaster who is still holding off the dragon with all her might. The spellcaster, panting, warns him, 1.5 minutes left, I'm running out of steam. Ye Xiao struggles with the egg, trying to lift it, but it's far heavier than he anticipated. Frustrated, he calls out to the frog, This dragon egg is heavier than I thought. Toad, give me a hand. The red frog hesitates, muttering, I've never done something this shady before. But before they can make another move, a loud thud shakes the ground, and the radiant dragon's piercing eyes snap open, catching them in the act. Ouch! The frog exclaims in panic. The dragon lets out a terrifying roar, sending shockwaves through the air. Ye Xiao and the frog freeze in fear as the dragon's fury ignites. You useless toad! Ye Xiao shouts. But the frog, equally terrified, retorts, How dare you insult me like that, you brat? Run! Stop talking and move. With the dragon bearing down on them, Ye Xiao screams for help. Sister Tao, help us! The spellcaster, already exerting herself, responds with urgency. Ice wall. She casts, trying to block the dragon's assault, but the ice quickly begins to crack under the dragon's power. It's not holding up. Then, with a flash of divine energy, she casts a more powerful spell. Skill. Dragon King's Breath. Her eyes widen as she sees the immense firepower about to unleash from the dragon. Dragon King's Breath, run! She yells, taking off. Ye Xiao, in disbelief, calls out, Sister, why are you running too? She glances back at him with exasperation. Of course I'm running. What do you think I am, invincible? I said 3 minutes, didn't I? The trio scrambles, dodging fireballs and the dragon's wrath, managing to escape just in time. They burst out of the dungeon, gasping for breath. Gah! Ye Xiao exclaims, still in shock. That was close, but we managed to get it. The spellcaster, still breathing heavily, looks at the egg with a mix of awe and apprehension. Kid, if this dragon egg hatches into a tier 5 dragon, it'll all have been worth it. She pauses, narrowing her eyes. Don't forget my commission. Ye Xiao grins, trying to reassure her. Don't worry, you'll get paid. Then, with a determined look, he says, Now it's time to contract the bee-beast. The spellcaster, a bit more skeptical now, adds, Let's hope it doesn't hatch into something strange. Otherwise, that 300 million will go to waste. Ye Xiao, annoyed by her negativity, retorts, Shut your mouth, you jinx. He carefully places his hand on the egg, his eyes focused. Success or failure, it all comes down to this. Don't disappoint me. The egg begins to crack, and with a soft pop, a tiny dragon emerges. It lets out a small, confused sound. Ah, ah. Ye Xiao stares at the baby dragon, his eyes wide with disbelief. Huh? The spellcaster leans in, scrutinizing the hatchling. This doesn't look like a radiant dragon hatchling. Xiao frowns. Why does the color seem off? The baby dragon, now fully out of its shell, blinks up at them. It scales a strange mix of colors that don't quite match the radiant dragon they expected. Xiao and the spellcaster exchange uncertain glances, unsure of what they've just unleashed.
Here's part 2 of the Manhwa breakdown you've been waiting for. And seriously, a big shout out for all the love and positive vibes on the last video. Y'all are amazing. Keep smashing that like button and showing your support so I can keep bringing this fire content for you. Oh, and yeah, don't forget to obliterate that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. You gotta stay hyped and updated for what's next. And for those who haven't watched the previous video of this series, you can find the link in the description below or click on the eye icon at the top of the video. Now, let's dive into the juicy details of the latest chapter.
No nickname yet. Type, Azure Sky Dragon, Mythical Tier. Level, 1 Zeroth, 000%. Base stats, Strength, 500. Constitution, 500. Agility, 500. Spirit, 500. Hold up, did you see that? 500 across the board. This dragon's a beast. Now check out the talents this thing's packing. Absolute suppression. As a mythical tier beast, the Azure Sky Dragon naturally suppresses lower tier creatures, deals plus 30% damage, and takes minus 30% damage from creatures below the mythical tier. Dragon King. As the supreme being of the dragon race, the Azure Sky Dragon suppresses all other dragon-type creatures, deals plus 50% damage to dragons, and takes minus 50% damage from them. Mythical Bloodline. This dragon has an insane bloodline, giving it a robust physique and stat bonuses with every level up. HP regen, 200 sec, mana regen, 200 sec. HP plus 100%, mana plus 100%. Okay, now it's getting real. This dragon's stats are already insane, but we're not done yet. We've got skills that are straight up game-breaking. Earth-shaking Dragon Roar. A group stun skill where the Azure Sky Dragon lets out a thunderous roar that literally shakes the earth. Creatures within a 20-meter radius are stunned for 1.5 seconds, no matter their tier or type. Cooldown, 30 seconds. Mana cost, 2,000. This skill alone could turn the tide of any battle. But wait, there's more. Dragon King's Breath, a single target skill, where the Azure Sky Dragon breathes scorching flames that deal 500% strength as true damage to a locked target. This skill cannot be dodged. Cooldown, 5 seconds. What? This dragon's not messing around. And the final skill? Dragon King's Wrath, unique talent skill, where the Azure Sky Dragon enters an uncontrollable rage and starts destroying everything. Deals strength plus constitution true damage to all creatures within 50 meters. Cooldown, 30 days. After activation, all stats decrease by 5% permanently, and the dragon falls into a 5-day slumber. Are you seeing this? This dragon's stats are absolutely broken. Xiao's reaction? You know he's flipping out. He's standing there, eyes wide, mouth hanging open, and he just shouts, "Holy crap! These stats are absolutely broken." After witnessing the power of the Azure Sky Dragon, all three of them are left absolutely shocked. He's staring at the stats on the screen, and you can feel his excitement building up like a storm. With 500 strength at level 1, and it's equipped with basic gear, that means its breath attack deals over 2,500 damage. Who can withstand that? Xiao practically yells, still trying to process what he's seeing. This is insane. Then the frog, who's been quietly observing all this, finally speaks up, and it's like he can't contain his excitement either. "Kid, you've really struck gold this time," he says, shaking his head in disbelief. This frog knows they're onto something huge. And then there's the spellcaster. She's completely mind-blown. You can see the shock on her face as she mutters to herself, that hatchling's stats are absolutely ridiculous. Plus, it has immeasurable growth potential. If it matures, its destructive power would be unimaginable. But the most epic part? Xiao is petting the little Azure Sky Dragon. and it's like this moment is straight out of a dream. He's totally vibing with his new pet and says, "I didn't expect you to be this strong. You're all gray, so let's call you Little Gray." And guess what? Little Gray loves it. He roars in approval. Roar. You can practically feel the power in that roar, even if it's coming from a baby dragon. This is gonna be one heck of a team. As Xiao's petting Little Gray, he notices something in the red frog's hand. The frog's holding something shiny, something expensive looking, and it catches Xiao's attention instantly. "Toad, what's that in your hand?" Xiao asks, a little curious about the object. The frog, now called Weebies, snaps back with some serious attitude. "Brat, my name is Weebies, not Toad. He's not having any of that." Xiao, still puzzled, eyes the badge Weebies is holding, and you can see him squinting, thinking, looks like a badge? He touches his chin, deep in thought. And before Weebies can react, Xiao snatches the badge out of his hand, clearly surprised by what he's holding. "Toad, where'd you get this badge?" Xiao demands, his curiosity now at full throttle. Weebies, now looking even more defensive, shouts back, "Give it back, brat. I just picked it up from the dragon's nest." The frog's got some explaining to do, and it's clear this badge has some significance. The moment Xiao snatches the badge, the spellcaster is hit with a sudden realization, and you can see the gears turning in her head. She's staring at the badge like it's some kind of treasure, and then, bam, she finally connects the dots. Could this be the calamity tier mark of ferocity? She says, her voice full of awe and shock. And right after, the screen displays the features of the badge, and let me tell you, this thing is no joke. Mark of ferocity. Grade, calamity, base stats plus 10%, all stats plus 10%. Ferocity's might unique passive, bearer of the mark of ferocity gains unparalleled strength. All skills trigger critical hits. Base crit rate, plus 20%. Crit damage, plus 100%. Are you kidding me? This thing's insane. But wait, it gets even better. Ferocity Massacre activates the power of the Mark of Ferocity, instantly dealing 1000% spirit as true damage to a target. This has double critical hit chance, and if that exceeds 100%, the overflow converts to crit damage. 5% chance to trigger instant death. If target HP is below 20%, it guarantees instant death. Cooldown 10 days. Hold up, this badge is straight up broken. Xiao, still holding the badge, can't believe what he's reading. What? Calamity tier? He mutters to himself, his mind absolutely blown by what he's holding. The spellcaster, who's equally amazed, confirms. Judging by these insane stats, it's definitely calamity tier. Yeah, no kidding. This badge is on a whole other level. But of course, the red frog, now known as Weebies, isn't having any of it. He wants that badge back and starts demanding, "Brat, give it back. I risked my life for this." And Xiao? He's not having it either. He's standing there shaking his head in disbelief, and then he drops the bomb. "You risked your life? We almost lost ours because of you. As compensation, I'll borrow this for now." Oh, Xiao's not playing games here. He's getting the badge for himself. But Weebies isn't backing down, and he's not going down without a fight. "Why should I let you borrow it? 10,000 coins a day or no deal." He snaps, trying to get some cash out of this situation. Classic frog move, right? Xiao, ever the smooth talker, turns on the charm. He gives his best sweet voice, trying to smooth things over. "Come on, old Weebies. Don't be so stingy. We're buddies, right? Why talk about money?" But Weebies isn't falling for it. "Stop with the sweet talk. When you need me, I'm old Weebies, but when you don't, I'm just Toad." He's got a point. This frog's got serious attitude. Then Xiao just laughs it off, knowing full well the power of this badge. Haha. With this badge, farming goblins will be like slicing through butter. He's got plans for this, and you know he's about to wreck some enemies. And with that, Xiao wears the badge proudly, ready to see what kind of chaos he can cause with it. The power's in his hands now. Out of nowhere, a hidden quest notification pops up on the screen like a bomb dropping in the middle of a peaceful moment. Ding! You have triggered a hidden quest, the Forbidden Adjudicator. The message flashes across the screen with a dark, mysterious vibe. The quest reads, "Although mighty, the king of ferocity was consumed by the abyss. Bearer of the mark of ferocity, seek the truth. Objective, find the fang of ferocity." And just like that, everything stops. The room is dead silent, and all three of them are just staring at the screen, shaken by what they just saw. The red frog, clearly stunned, stammers out, "Huh? A hidden quest?" He's as surprised as anyone. Xiao, still processing everything, rubs his chin and mutters, "Seems like it. Find the fang of ferocity? What's that?" He's lost, but his curiosity is piqued. That's when the spellcaster, the walking encyclopedia, steps in to explain the mystery. "What? You don't know the fang of ferocity?" she says, as if she can't believe Xiao doesn't know about it. "It's a god-tier assassin dagger, forged from the fangs of the abyssal beast. It's one of the most explosive weapons ever made. Looks like there's some connection between the mark of ferocity and the fang." As she's talking, the screen flashes a picture of a warrior holding the dagger. It's massive, gleaming with power, and there's a huge dragon looming in the background. This is some serious gear. Then, just as things are about to get intense, a new message pops up on Xiao's screen, and it completely changes the mood. "Ding, player, Xiao, your daily game time has reached its limit. You will be forcibly logged out in minutes." Xiao's face falls. He's not ready to log out yet, but the game's got its rules. "Ugh, my time's up. Guess I'll have to log out," he mutters, clearly frustrated that he can't keep going. But the spellcaster, ever the professional, just shrugs it off. With a flick of her magic, she opens up a portal to exit. Who knew a hidden dungeon in a starter village would take this long? "Well, Peachy sister, I'm off. Hit me up if anything comes up, be sure to prep your coins." Xiao, smiling as always, gives a quick nod. "All right, brother Yi, later." And just like that, the portal closes with a flicker of light. Now it's Xiao's turn to log out, and before he does, he's deep in thought. The Doomsday game is still in beta and hasn't fully merged with reality yet. Better rest up. Don't want my body breaking down. You can tell he's thinking about the balance between the game and reality, knowing that he needs to be ready for whatever comes next. The next day at Xiao's home, it's a whole new world. The gaming community is on fire, with chaos everywhere. The game has taken over, and people can't stop talking about it. Virtual game Doomsday has taken over the gaming community, topping discussion charts. The buzz is crazy, and it's like the world's been turned upside down. But not everyone's loving the game. Some are seriously frustrated. One player screams, "WTF? This game is so hard. I played all day, my hands are killing me, and I'm only level 2. I died 3 times, and if I keep dying, my stats will reset." They're furious, and you can feel the frustration in their voice. Another player, absolutely angry about the difficulty, rants, "Damn devs made it this tough. Who can even play this?" And then out of nowhere someone shouts, "Wait, who's Xiao? Hit level 10 in one day? Is he hacking?" They're shook, wondering how Xiao pulled that off. But there's always someone ready to hate. And the last comment we hear is, "Trash game, can't play without cheats, classic." On the first day of the Doomsday game, chaos erupts. Players are dying after logging out, and hospitals are overwhelmed with victims suffering from organ failure. The consequences are massive, and it's clear the game is no longer just a virtual issue. It's bleeding into the real world. A notification appears. On its first day, Doomsday causes mass player deaths. Many experienced physical symptoms after logging out, leading to hospitalization. Later, organ failure cases emerged among survivors. Governments issued warnings against entering the game. Governments scramble, issuing bans and warnings, but Xiao? He's completely unbothered. He looks at the chaos and thinks to himself, "Huh? Multiple nations banning Doomsday? Pfft, weaklings. When the game merges with reality, you'll all suffer." Xiao knows this is just the beginning. The real storm is coming, and he's already ahead of it. Suddenly, his phone vibrates. Xiao picks it up and reads the message, his expression darkening. "Xiao, come to Manhwa Hospital now. Bring food for Zhou Hong and pay his bills. Do this, and I'll pretend nothing happened before." Xiao curses under his breath. Damn it. Forgot about that lunatic. Should have blocked her first. He's clearly annoyed, but there's no escaping it now. He has to deal with it. Cut to the hospital. And Zhou Hong lying in a bed, grinning, while Qin Yanran sits beside him looking smug. Zhou Hong says, "What? You're saying Ye Xiao hasn't contacted you all this time? Now that you suddenly called him, do you think he'll come?" Qin Yanran responds with a sinister smile. "Do you think he would dare not come? She knows Ye Xiao's feelings for her, and she's sure he'll show up." Zhou Hong, grinning like a fool, adds, "True, he loves you so much that it's in his bones. Once you call, he'll definitely come running." But before they can celebrate, a doctor walks in, delivering a shocker. Patient in room 17, you can be discharged early. Please settle the bill first." Qin Yanran and Zhou Hong are shocked. "Why the early discharge?" they ask. The doctor answers, "Our hospital is now overwhelmed with patients suffering from organ failure, just like you, caused by playing a game called Doomsday. We're currently short on beds." Qin Yanran's face twists with aggression, her voice sharp as she glares at the doctor. "What do you mean? Short on beds? Does that mean poor people's lives are worthless?" The doctor, clearly feeling the pressure, responds calmly. "This is a special situation. We ask for your understanding. Please settle your bill and vacate the bed by the end of the day." But before the situation can escalate further, Zhou Hong suddenly stands up from the bed, brushing off the tension. He looks at Qin Yanran, speaking in a calm but determined tone. "All right, Yanran, stop arguing. This game really isn't simple. I plan to get discharged and continue playing. Do you have any money? Help me pay for this hospital bill first." Qin Yanran's expression shifts to something sad, but her voice is calm as she responds, "I don't have money. Ye Xiao didn't give me my allowance this month." Zhou Hong is shocked, his face falling. "What? Doesn't Ye Xiao give you 200,000 every month for your living expenses?" Qin Yanran, her expression cold and filled with disdain, responds with a twist of her lips. "How would I know? He just has a bit of filthy money. Does he really think spending money can win me over? I feel sick just seeing him." The hate is real in her voice. Zhou Hong, looking to take advantage of the situation, holds her hand, speaking urgently. "Yanran, send Ye Xiao another message and ask him for some money. I'm planning to start a doomsday gaming studio. That kind of money means nothing to him, but it's very important to us." Qin Yanran's face twists into something more sinister as she responds with confidence. "Don't worry, once he gets here, I'll say a few sweet words, and he'll obediently hand over the money." But her eyes? They say otherwise. There's a hint of uncertainty, but she hides it well. The scene then cuts to Ye Xiao's apartment. He's sleeping badly, tossing and turning, his breath ragged and erratic. Who? Hopo, he mutters in his sleep, the struggle real. Suddenly the alarm blares, waking him from his troubled sleep. Without hesitation, Ye Xiao reaches for his phone and opens the game with a groan. Time's up, time to enter the game. He clicks the game icon, and just like that, he's back in the village. The frog, his trusty teammate, immediately chimes in with a grumble. "You brat, barely awake, and you summon me already." Ye Xiao, unfazed, fires back with a grin. "The early frog gets the worm, old Hui. We need to level up fast and leave this novice village." As Ye Xiao strolls through the area, the level of tension rises with the discussions around him. Players are actively trying to recruit others for their teams. One group shouts across the area, "Elite group forming, players level and above only." Another voice yells, "Level 1 training area, looking for 3 players. Need a healer. No gaming newbies." Ye Xiao observes, his critical analysis kicking in as he watches the crowd. In just one day, the number of players has increased this much. He thinks, the intensity of the game world sinking in. Then, out of nowhere, the gaze of the crowd shifts to him, his level 10 glowing brightly above his head. The whispers and gasps grow louder as people start to gather, amazed at his level. Damn, a level 10 pro? First place on the leaderboard? How did this guy level up so fast? The chatter intensifies as more people crowd around him. One guy shouts, "Bro, "Want to team up? We've got tons of pretty girls." Another shouts, "Big bro, can you carry me? I'll show you my black stockings." Meanwhile, the toad Wibbises pipes up, annoyed by the attention. "Even though you switched to a masked outfit and hid your face, you can't hide the level above your head, idiot." Xiao is clearly disturbed by the attention. He looks around frantically, trying to figure out how to escape the madness. What should I do?" he mutters, his nervousness mounting. And then, with a loud shout, Xiao turns and yells, "Run!" He starts bolting, dodging the crowd, trying to escape the sea of people who are now following him. The mob behind him shouts, "Follow the pro. He must know where to level up quickly." "Yeah, let's stick close to him." The chaos grows as Xiao sprints, desperate to find some peace and escape the horde of eager followers. As Xiao sprints ahead, desperately trying to shake off the growing crowd of players trailing him, Wibbies calls out to him with urgent annoyance. "Don't slow down. Move faster, or they'll catch us." I didn't think this many people would be running. The tension mounts as Xiao pushes forward, the sound of his feet pounding against the ground growing louder. Suddenly, they reach a high-level training area, specifically designed for players level and above. The chasing crowd halts, eyes wide with fear at the dangerous monsters ahead. One player, his voice trembling, says, "We can't keep chasing behind him. Up ahead is a level 10 trial zone. The monsters there will destroy us." Another player quickly agrees. "Yeah, it's too risky. We can't go in." Then another voice scoffs and says, "What? Is the great Xiao going to take on the trial alone?" Someone else chimes in, disbelief in their voice. "Alone? No way, that's suicide." Meanwhile, Xiao and Wibis manage to escape the crowds, finally reaching a safe zone surrounded by monstrous walls. Wibis, his voice filled with relief, says, "Finally, we lost them." Xiao, still focused, replies with confidence, "They're not stupid. They wouldn't dare come here." The trial zone is now in front of them. With an opening guarded by a warrior holding a massive sword, Xiao approaches and surveys the area, speaking to himself. "All right, this is the spot." The guard, eyeing Xiao with skepticism, grunts. "Hey kid, this isn't a place for you." Xiao approaches him with a polite tone. "Hello, sir. I'm here to start the advancement trial." The guard's gaze sharpens when he notices Xiao's level. He raises an eyebrow. "Outlander, you reached level 10 this fast? Where's your team?" Xiao stands tall, confidence radiating from him. "I'm doing it solo. I don't need a team." The guard, now more concerned, warns him. "Solo? Kid, I'll give you the usual warning. Even on normal difficulty, going in alone is basically suicide." Xiao, undeterred, shrugs it off and continues walking toward the trial. "Don't worry, I've got plenty of my life left to live." The guard watches him, sighing to himself. "Ha. He's just another reckless keiki." Ignoring the warning, Xiao steps forward into the main task area, his foot landing on a circular platform that triggers the difficulty level of the trial. The screen displays a prompt. "Please choose the trial difficulty: normal, hard, nightmare, hell, abyss." Xiao, standing tall and confident, stares at the choices. Without a second thought, he selects abyss, the most dangerous and destructive difficulty. With a smirk, he mutters, "Soloing abyss difficulty should be fine, right?" He locks in the selection, his face filled with determination. The guard, standing nearby, watches in shock as Xiao confirms his choice. The guard, stunned, exclaims, "The advancement trial has begun. Selected difficulty abyss." "What? Abyss difficulty? He's soloing abyss? You've got to be kidding." The next scene shifts as Xiao lands on the ground, surrounded by towering trees and dense brush. It's clear, he's deep in the heart of the abyss trial zone, ready for battle against the strongest monsters in the area. Wibis, ever cautious, calls out to him, "You're only level 10, and you're trying abyss solo? Are you serious?" Xiao, with a smirk, responds, his voice filled with confidence. "You think I can't handle it? Last time I had full bronze gear and an elite team, but we almost got wiped out because I had to carry Qin Yanran. He pauses, his eyes hardening with determination. This time, I'm here for revenge. Without missing a beat, Ye Xiao summons his mythical beast, the Azure Dragon. He calls out, "Little Gray, come out." A small gray dragon emerges, its eyes gleaming with power. It responds with a playful bark. Woof! The trio, Ye Xiao, Weebus, and Little Gray, head deeper into the dense jungle. Ye Xiao, walking with purpose, speaks to himself. With Little Gray, what's there to fear? He's a mythical grade beast. But suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. From the tall brush, a pair of terrifying eyes watches them closely. Ye Xiao's instincts kick in as he notices the movement in the underbrush. He whispers, "Something's moving. Stay alert." The tension rises as the scene prepares for the inevitable clash with the abyssal monsters lurking in the shadows. As a massive, terrifying figure emerges from the shadows, a mutated snow wolf, its eyes filled with ferocity. The creature steps forward, its presence radiating danger and aggression. The screen then displays the snow wolf's stats. Savage snow wolf mutated, level 10. HP, 5,000. MP, 5,000. Strength, 300. Constitution, 500. Agility, 300. Spirit, 500. Passive, unknown. Description, a mutated abyss creature capable of total destruction. Once it locks onto you, it's as if death itself is coming. Ye Xiao, shocked by the sight of this gigantic beast, staggers back in disbelief, his voice heavy with fear. Holy crap! Without wasting a second, Ye Xiao quickly turns to Little Gray, his mythical beast, and orders, "A mutated snow wolf right off the bat? That's insane. 5,000 horsepowers? Even a shadow assassin would be desperate. Little Gray, get it." The battle begins. The snow wolf charges forward, but Little Gray stands tall, ready to unleash his might. The two clash in a fierce battle, each fighting for dominance. Little Gray, using his Dragon King's breath, releases a massive stream of flames, engulfing the snow wolf in fiery destruction. The wolf howls in pain as the flames critically damage it, but it doesn't back down. Ye Xiao watches as the wolf starts to lose control, a small smile forming on his face. The snow wolf's gone berserk. Then, for the first time, Little Gray uses his most powerful attack, the world-shaking dragon's roar. The force of the roar stuns the wolf, and as it stumbles, Little Gray launches another devastating blast of fire, inflicting critical damage. The snow wolf is helpless, writhing in agony, and it lets out a final, anguished cry. "Awoo!" Finally, after a fierce battle, the snow wolf collapses, defeated. The screen pops up. "Ding, congratulations! You've defeated the savage snow wolf, mutated." But the victory doesn't stop there. The next screen appears. "Ding, your beast Little Gray has leveled up to level. Ding, your beast Little Gray has leveled up to level 3. Ding, your beast Little Gray has leveled up to level." In the next moment, Ye Xiao's excitement reaches a new peak as he watches Little Gray level up. The Azure Sky Dragon stats flash across the screen, and Ye Xiao can't help but shout in exhilaration. "Haha, nice. 4 levels in one shot." The screen then shows Little Gray's updated stats. Nickname Little Gray. Species Azure Sky Dragon Mythical. Level 5/60ths. 50%. HPMP. Current stats. Base stats. Strength 700. Constitution 700. Agility 700. Spirit 700. And then the next screen appears, showcasing Little Gray's newly unlocked ability. Dragon Fangs. Dragons are magic's natural enemy. As the king of dragons, the Azure Sky Dragon silences all magic, deals 500% spirit magic damage to the 2 nearest enemies, and seals their magic for 5 seconds. Cost 200 MP, cooldown seconds. Ye Xiao, utterly shocked and impressed by the power of his mythical beast, exclaims, "Whoa, plus 50 to all stats per level? Mythical grade beasts grow insanely fast, and it even unlocked such a broken skill." As Ye Xiao celebrates, The screen suddenly reveals two divine artifacts floating before him. His excitement builds even further as he asks the frog, "Old Hui, what loot did it drop?" The frog, ever the reliable companion, responds, "Two dark gold items. No surprise, mutated bosses drop insane loot. The artifacts displayed are Snowwolf Bow, grade, dark gold, effect unidentified, and Bloodwolf Fang Dagger, grade, dark gold, effect unidentified." Ye Xiao eagerly grabs the weapons, his happiness apparent as he touches them. "Ahaha, this is amazing. This is so much better than my last life. Ha ha ha." But just as he revels in his victory, a dark figure watches them from the shadows, its presence ominous. Suddenly, a huge black tiger emerges from the darkness with a terrifying roar. The screen displays its stats. Abyssal Tiger Demonized. Level 10, HP 8000, Strength 400, Constitution 800, Agility 300, Spirit 500, Passive Unknown, Skill Unknown. Description: a twisted creature born from the abyss. Its power is overwhelming. If it targets you, death is close behind. Ye Xiao, once again shocked by the appearance of another terrifying foe, mutters, "Huh, is that a demonized monster?" The abyssal tiger locks its gaze on them, and Ye Xiao immediately commands Little Gray, "Little Gray, go." And with that, the final battle begins, as the two ferocious creatures charge toward each other in an epic clash.
Ding! Congratulations! You have completed the Abyss trial. Congratulations! After an intense 1-hour battle, Ye Xiao slumped to the ground, completely out of breath. He let out a sigh and muttered to the red frog, "If I had known it would be this exhausting, I wouldn't have sold it. My legs feel like they're about to fall off." Hearing that, the red frog chuckled and replied, "Well, I've already picked up several pieces of equipment. Once I return to the city, I should be able to make a decent amount of gold." In front of them, a shield and a sword lay on the ground, glinting under the dim light. Ye Xiao stroked his chin, thinking for a moment, then smirked. "Who said we're heading back? Up ahead is where we can challenge the trial boss. I came here to take it down." The red frog's eyes widened in shock. "You're not joking, right? Even after all the monsters we've defeated, Xiao Hui is only level 7. Are you sure it can handle the boss?" Without hesitation, Ye Xiao stood before the boss's door, his expression unwavering. "Of course, it won't be a problem. In my previous life, this trial's final boss was only at the Lord level. Now, Xiao Hui can easily take down 2 demonic monsters. This will be a piece of cake." Ye Xiao stood in front of the massive door, extending his hand toward it while his pet dragon, Xiao Hui, circled above his head. With a confident smirk, he said, "With your support and mine, taking down a Lord-level boss will be as easy as chopping vegetables." Just as those words left his mouth, a glowing blue circle appeared beneath his feet. In an instant, time blurred, and when he came to, he was already inside the boss room, walking up a long flight of stairs. With each step, his excitement grew. He turned to Xiao Hui and grinned. "Old Hui, today, I'll show you what it means to be a pro. Let's go." The red frog, perched on his shoulder, sighed. "Why do you sound more and more unreliable?" As Ye Xiao approached the final platform, a sudden system notification flashed before him. "Adventurer, you have fallen into the abyss." Seeing the message, Ye Xiao's heart pounded. His eyes gleamed as he clenched his fists. "In my past life, I was a man of honor, trapped by love and emotions. But in this life, I wield the strongest power of the apocalypse. I am Ye Xiao." His voice echoed through the chamber as he stepped forward. Come on. Let me conquer the abyss completely." And then he saw it. A towering monster sat upon a grand throne, its hulking form casting a menacing shadow. It held a massive staff in one hand, exuding an overwhelming aura. Above its head, a new notification appeared, revealing its details. Ye Xiao's entire party froze. The red frog, gripping Ye Xiao's shoulder tightly, shrieked, "K-Kid, where's the Lord-level enemy you mentioned?" Cold sweat trickled down Yi Xiao's face as he read the monster's title. What's going on? In my past life, this was definitely a Lord-level boss. Why is it a King-level boss now? Before he could process the situation, the boss stirred. It stepped forward, its heavy footsteps shaking the ground. Yi Xiao's sharp gaze locked onto its stats. 5,000 spirit points. A pure, magic-based beast. Its endurance and agility are at 0, meaning it doesn't have normal attack damage. Its attack speed is extremely slow, but if it lands a hit, we're dead for sure. The red frog gulped. Kid, if you die, I'm not cleaning up your corpse. Yi Xiao took a deep breath, pushing his nerves aside. A king-level boss, huh? No big deal. Xiao Hui, don't use your skills recklessly. Follow my commands. His voice turned firm. This big guy is slow. Keep switching positions and don't get caught in a prolonged fight. With a roar, Xiao Hui launched forward, unleashing a stream of fire breath at the monster while darting around the battlefield. Yi Xiao's excitement grew as he watched his dragon in action. Yes, that's it, Xiao Hui. Keep moving. Don't let it cast any skills. He clenched his fists. Hold on, we've almost got this big guy down. But then, just as he was celebrating, the boss's focus suddenly shifted. It locked eyes with Yi Xiao, unmoving. Yi Xiao's heart skipped a beat. Why? Why isn't it attacking? Something feels off. Is it looking at us? The red frog's face turned pale. Does that mean it's about to? Before they could finish the thought, the boss roared and began preparing a devastating attack. Dodge quickly, the red frog screamed. Do you even need to say that? Yi Xiao shouted back, already leaping away. Boom! A massive explosion engulfed the spot where he had been standing just moments ago. Yi Xiao barely had time to react before another attack came flying past him, shaking the entire chamber. His face was drenched in sweat. Why is this thing only targeting me? Desperate, he shouted at Xiao Hui. Hurry up and save me. The boss didn't let up, relentlessly pursuing him. As Yi Xiao dodged attack after attack, he gasped, I can't hold on much longer. Then, in the nick of time, Xiao Hui reappeared in front of the boss and unleashed another fire breath attack. The impact sent the monstrous creature crashing against the chamber walls with a deafening boom. Yi Xiao slumped to the ground, panting. If this thing doesn't die soon, I'm the one who's going to collapse from exhaustion. The red frog, still trembling, groaned. Next time you want to challenge a place this dangerous, can you not drag me along? As Yi Xiao caught his breath, a familiar chime echoed through the room. A new notification appeared before him. Ding! Congratulations! You have completed the Abyss trial. Congratulations! Your beast, Xiao Hui, has reached level 10. Congratulations! As the first adventurer to complete the Abyss trial, you have received a reward, +5 to all attributes. Yi Xiao, still drenched in sweat, stared at the panel before glancing at the red frog. With a teasing smirk, he said, Old Hui, I didn't expect you to be such a coward. The red frog scoffed. And you're not afraid of dying? Then why were you running so fast? Ignoring the jab, Yi Xiao approached the fallen boss's body and grinned. Finally done. Now let's see what loot we got. At the same time, outside the dungeon, a world announcement echoed across the game. System announcement. Player Yi Xiao from the Xiao Nation has completed the Abyss trial, becoming the first adventurer in history to pass it. He has obtained the legendary title Abyss Envoy. This is hereby announced to all players. The sudden announcement sent shockwaves through the gaming world. Players all over the world reacted in confusion and disbelief. Abyss trial? What kind of dungeon is that? One player muttered. Wait, someone actually cleared the Abyss trial? Isn't that supposed to be impossible? Another exclaimed. No way. This is a global first clear announcement, someone else shouted in astonishment. Meanwhile, in a small village, a crowd of players gathered in front of the world ranking board, their eyes glued to the newly updated rankings. A young man stared at the board before turning to his companion. A globally top-ranked player from our Xiao Nation? Beside him, a sharp-eyed boy, Xiao Qi, squinted at the leaderboard, then looked at his partner. And he's the only name listed here. This guy is no ordinary player. The first boy nodded. Xiao Qi, investigate him. Xiao immediately responded, got it. Player for beginner village 9527. Based on analysis, he's likely from Jiang City. Hearing that, the boy's expression turned serious. Jiang City? Send someone immediately to investigate. A blonde-haired man standing behind them saluted. On it. At the same time, in front of another ranking board, a young couple stared at the leaderboard in shock. Someone's already level 10. And it's only the second day, the girl murmured. Her boyfriend scoffed. Not just that, he's from the same beginner village as us. That couple was none other than Yen Ran, Yi Zhao's ex-girlfriend, and her new boyfriend. The boy's eyes gleamed with ambition as he turned to Yen Ran. Yen Ran, if we can connect with this pro player and form a team, we'll definitely rise to fame. By then, even rich second-generation kids like Yi Xiao will only be able to look up to us. Yen Ran folded her arms, unimpressed. Do you really think being good at a game will help you reach the pinnacle of life? Of course, the boy insisted. You have to trust my judgment. His expression turned slightly panicked as he inched closer to her. By the way, didn't I ask you to invite Yi Xiao to join the game and help us level up? He's rich and a gaming expert. We'd skyrocket in no time. Yin Ran rolled her eyes and turned away. I'm not contacting him. If you want to go ahead. I'm not that shameless. Hearing that, the boy's expression darkened. Then what about your living expenses for this month? Then suddenly, our protagonist's ex-girlfriend shouts at Zhou Hong, stop bringing up Yi Xiao. It's so rare for us to have some time alone together. I've never played a game before, so come on and teach me already. Hearing her words, the boy starts sweating and quickly says, all right, let's figure out how to level up first. Inside the Abyss trial dungeon, our protagonist stands in front of the corpse of the boss monster, holding a blue crystal in his hand. He looks at it in disbelief and says, no way. After all that effort, this is all that dropped? Just a fragment. A system notification appears. Abyss stone fragment. Grade unknown, unidentifiable. Seeing the notification, he frowns. A fragment? I've never seen this thing in my previous life. Shaking his head, he turns toward the exit. Forget it. I'll find someone to appraise it later. The important thing now is that I've passed the trial. Leaving the beginner's village and heading to the main city is my priority. Let's go. Suddenly, he appears in front of the Abyss trial guard. The moment the guard sees him stepping out of the portal, his eyes widen in shock. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Someone actually cleared the trial? And it was Abyss difficulty. Not wanting to waste time, our protagonist looks at the guard and commands, connect me to the main city now. I need to leave this beginner's village. The guard, still in disbelief, quickly summons a door in front of him and says, got it. Then, looking at him with admiration, he continues, respected warrior, congratulations on passing the trial. You are now granted a guide token, allowing you to freely enter and leave the main city. Hearing the guard's words, our protagonist responds respectfully, thank you. Much appreciated. The guard then hands him a box and adds, additionally, since you clear the Abyss level advancement trial, you are entitled to an epic item, Badge of Valor. Looking at the box, our protagonist's eyes gleam with excitement. Not bad. A commemorative item. He picks up the badge inside the box and examines it. All attributes enhanced. Not bad at all. A notification pops up. Badge of Valor. Description. Proof of a hero. Only those who clear the Infernal level trial are qualified to receive it. This is the highest honor. Base stats, plus 20. Charisma, plus 3. Satisfied, our protagonist walks toward the summoned door. Before stepping through, he looks at the guard and says, Little Gray, Old Hui, keep up. Main city, here we come. In an instant, he is teleported to Wild Leaf Main City, appearing in the middle of a quiet town. Looking around, he comments, wow, it's so empty. In my previous life, the job transfer square was packed with over 100 people. Coming early really makes a difference. At the same time, the red frog beside him speaks. So this is Wild Leaf Main City. Without wasting time, our protagonist starts walking and says, let's go. We need to find Beast Master Gyudol. Hearing that, the red frog looks confused. Beast Master? You already have a beta, so why look for him? Our protagonist laughs. You'll find out soon enough. He wanders through the city, eventually arriving at his destination. In front of a small house, a man sits on a chair. Looking at him, our protagonist smirks. Here it is. Approaching the man, he respectfully says, "Respected mentor, I would like to transfer my job." Without even looking at him, the man scoffs. "If you want a job transfer, find someone else. Don't bother me." Undeterred, our protagonist insists, "I want to transfer to the hidden class, Beast Whisperer. No one else can handle it." Hearing that, the man finally looks at him with a serious expression. "Do you think just anyone can become a Beast Whisperer? Prove your strength first. Go to the outskirts and bring me 100 eyes from those demon wolf cubs." A system notification appears. Ding! Gyudol has issued you the quest, Eyes of Demon Wolves. Head to the outskirts, defeat 100 elite demon wolves, and bring their eyes back to Gyudol. Seeing the notification, the red frog turns to our protagonist. "How did you even know about this hidden class quest?" With an arrogant smirk, our protagonist replies, "No way am I wasting my time killing 100 elite monsters." Hearing that, Gyudol scoffs. "What a useless fool. If you can't even handle it, get lost and stop wasting my time." But our protagonist smirks and confidently replies, "You've misunderstood. I don't think I need to kill any demon wolves. These items should be enough to prove my strength." Then our protagonist shows the man the badge he got from the trial guard. Seeing this, the man's eyes widen in shock. Is that an epic badge of valor? With one hand in his pocket and the other holding the badge, our protagonist smirks. "That's right, a badge of valor." The man, now visibly excited and shocked, exclaims, "I can't believe it. Someone so young has already cleared the Inferno-level advancement trial." But our protagonist corrects him with a smirk. "Wrong. Not Inferno level, Abyss level." The man stiffens. "Abyss level?" He swallows hard before cautiously asking, "May I ask, how many people were in your team?" Our protagonist, exuding confidence, simply raises a single finger. "Just one. Me." Hearing that, the man awkwardly rubs the back of his head and laughs. "I knew it. From the moment I saw you, I could tell you were an extraordinary talent. A true dragon among men." Our protagonist's face twitches as a bead of sweat rolls down his forehead. "From the moment you saw me? Didn't you just call me a useless fool not long ago?" Even the red frog is speechless at the man's sudden change in attitude. How is this guy flipping his tune faster than turning a page? Ignoring the weird atmosphere, our protagonist turns to the man and asks, "So, does this mean I can transfer to Beast Whisperer now?" The man, now sweating, holds up his hand. "Of course, but I have one small request." Our protagonist narrows his eyes. "What is it?" The man swallows nervously. "I'd like to see what kind of beast was strong enough to pass an Abyss-level trial." Without hesitation, our protagonist replies, "No problem." Then, with a simple gesture, he summons his dragon. The moment the dragon appears, the man nearly falls over in shock. His jaw drops. Holy crap. G-God tier beast. A dragon hatchling? Our protagonist nods casually. "Yeah." The man suddenly clasps his hands together and bows respectfully. "My goodness. In my lifetime, I never thought I'd see a god-tier beast with my own eyes. This is my dream beast." Seeing the man's over-the-top reaction, our protagonist raises an eyebrow. "Master, are you okay? No need to get so worked up." But the man suddenly turns and starts walking toward the room. Without looking back, he says, "Today, you might not be able to transfer to Beast Whisperer." Our protagonist frowns. "What do you mean?" The man finally stops and looks back with a serious expression. "Because Beast Whisperer isn't worthy of a god-tier beast. I will introduce you to the Royal Chief Beast Tamer." But then, suddenly, the man hands our protagonist a letter. "This is a referral letter. Follow the address to find him, and he will give you the answer you're looking for." Seeing the letter, our protagonist smirks. Such good fortune. He takes the letter from the man, and immediately, a new notification pops up. "Ding! You have triggered the hidden class quest, Dragon's Whisperer. Head to the royal city to find the royal chief beast tamer. As our protagonist walks through the alleyways of the town, the red frog hops alongside him, shaking his head. You're insanely lucky, getting transferred to a hidden class just like that. Our protagonist glances at him and shrugs. But the royal chief beast tamer is in the royal city, which is far from here. Besides, I have other things to take care of first. The red frog blinks. What things? Our protagonist smirks. Follow me and you'll find out. I need to complete another hidden quest first. Then, in the next scene, a luxurious building comes into view. The red frog looks at our protagonist suspiciously. How do you know about so many hidden quests? Before he can answer, the scene shifts to a luxurious courtyard where a stunning woman in an elegant dress stands, flanked by 3 guards. Her presence is noble, yet her expression carries a hint of sorrow. As our protagonist approaches, he mutters, "There she is." The red frog blinks. "What are you planning? Sell yourself out." Our protagonist smirks. "You don't understand. That's Lady Xiao, the widow of the former city lord, rich, beautiful, and grieving." Before the frog can react, one of the guards notices our protagonist and immediately reaches for his sword. "Halt! Who are you?" But our protagonist completely ignores him, stepping forward and addressing the woman with utmost respect. "Respected Lady Xiao, why do you always seem so sorrowful? Is there a problem I can help you with?" The noble woman sighs lightly, her eyes glistening with a hidden pain. "There's indeed a personal item I have lost, young man. If you can find it, I'll be deeply grateful." Ding! You have received Lady Xiao's request. Please retrieve her beautiful flower. Our protagonist bows slightly. "Rest assured, my lady, I will take care of this for you." The red frog's eyes widen. "Another hidden quest? What kind of cheat code are you running?" The red frog hops beside our protagonist as they walk through the city. But the flower Lady Xiao is looking for should be in a garden or outside the city. "Why are we wandering around town?" Our protagonist smirks. "What do you know? She's not looking for an ordinary flower." The red frog's eyes widen. "Wait, you know where her flower is?" Stopping in front of a small shop, our protagonist nods. "Of course, it's right here." Inside the store, the shop owner notices them and greets with a polite smile. "Distinguished guest, what would you like to buy?" The red frog looks at the store in disbelief. "A tool shop? Could there really be a beautiful flower here? Are you sure you're not mistaken?" Our protagonist ignores the skepticism. "I heard your shop sells treasure boxes." The shop owner's smile widens. "Ah, you have good eyes. My treasure boxes can contain prehistoric dragon bones, legendary grade staffs, even rare relics. What price range are you looking for?" With a confident grin, our protagonist clenches his fist. "The most expensive one." Moments later, the shop owner returns, holding a golden box. "This is the highest tier treasure box in my store. 10,000 gold coins each." Without hesitation, our protagonist throws a bag of coins at the shopkeeper. "One isn't enough. I'll take them all." The shopkeeper's jaw drops. "All of them? You're buying every single one?" Our protagonist sighs impatiently. "Didn't you hear me? Open every single one." And so, the great treasure box opening begins. First box, a 12-blade battle axe. Second box, a large healing potion. Third box, a loaf of bread. 1 hour later, the store is in chaos. Open boxes are scattered everywhere. The shopkeeper, sweating, holds up the last unopened box. "Honorable guest, out of 100 treasure boxes, only one remains." Without hesitation, our protagonist gestures. "Open it." The box lid creaks open, revealing a crystal rose. Ding! You have obtained beautiful flower. Our protagonist wipes the sweat off his forehead. Finally, it really is a beautiful flower. Grabbing the rose, he turns to his companion. "Laowi, let's go." Scene transition, a majestic bathroom. A luxurious bathtub, filled with scented water, reflects the glow of chandeliers. A stunning woman relaxes inside, rubbing her arm as steam rises around her. "Do you think someone will actually find that flower for me?" "Wait, What am I seeing here? My eyes. Don't stare too hard, or they might pop out. Ahem, back to the story. A maid stands nearby, holding a silk towel. Of course, my lady. With your charm, luck is always on your side. Just then, another maid rushes into the room, panting, excitement mixed with disbelief. Madam, a young man is outside asking for an audience. He says, he's brought the flower you requested. The noblewoman gasps. What? Suddenly, she stands up from the bath, everything on full display. And I won't lie, this scene is a blessing. Her voice trembles. Someone actually found it for me. Scene transition, outside Lady Shirel's mansion. Our protagonist waits, arms crossed. The guards return and bow to the noblewoman. Madam, this is the young man who possesses what you were looking for. Lady Shirel's gaze lands on him, eyes filled with curiosity. Young man, you really found what I wanted. With a confident smirk, our protagonist presents a golden box. Genuine and authentic, my lady. Please take a look. She carefully opens the box. Upon seeing the crystal rose, her lips curl into a delighted smile, and a faint blush spreads across her cheeks. Wow, it truly is the beautiful flower. I've searched for it for so long, and today I finally. She suddenly looks back at our protagonist, warmth in her expression. Pardon my rudeness, I was simply overwhelmed. Young man, you have helped me greatly. What reward would you like? Money? A rare artifact? Our protagonist, keeping his composure, replies in a calm voice. Beautiful lady, I'm not interested in money or artifacts. Lady Shirel's eyes gleamed mischievously as she leans in slightly. Oh, since you're not interested in money or treasures, I have no choice but to offer myself as your reward. Error. System overload. Our protagonist's face turns red in an instant. What? In broad daylight. Is she serious? This is too much. Who could handle this? Before things escalate, he quickly raises a hand. Madam, you misunderstand. I only need you to help me obtain a citizen status. Lady Shirel chuckles, resting her hand lightly on her cheek as she gazes at our protagonist. You little rascal. So, all you wanted was citizenship? That's too easy. At the same time, a notification pops up. Ding. Due to your noble actions and outstanding charm, Lady Shirel's favorability plus 20. With a satisfied smile, Lady Shirel turns to one of her maids. Elisa, prepare the paperwork and bring my seal. The maid nods respectfully. Yes, madam. Our protagonist watches with anticipation, then speaks up. I have another request. I'd like to purchase property in Windleaf City and settle down. He hands Lady Shirel a map, and she raises a curious eyebrow. Oh, buying property? So you don't want to wander around anymore? That's a stable choice. She studies the map, her eyes narrowing slightly as she spots the marked location. Wait, the West District? You must be joking. That's not exactly a bustling area. Are you sure you want to buy here? With unwavering confidence, our protagonist responds respectfully. Esteemed lady, I am certain of my decision. I hope you can assist me in making the connections. I'd be very grateful. Lady Shirel sighs, shaking her head. All right, I will arrange for someone to contact a real estate agent in the West District. Our protagonist bows slightly. Many thanks, Lady Shirel. From his shoulder, the red frog snickers. You brat, why aren't you buying in the prosperous East District? You're intentionally making a loss. That's not how you build wealth. Our protagonist smirks. What do you know? He then leans in slightly, explaining in detail. Of course, you wouldn't understand. Soon, Windleaf City will be attacked by strange creatures. Under the assault of powerful beings, even the current city lord will fall in battle. The East District, being the wealthiest and most densely populated, will take the heaviest damage. But the West District, sparsely populated and overlooked, will suffer the least. After the chaos, it will become the most functional and valuable area in the entire city. The red frog blinks in shock. What kind of monster plans their real estate investments based on future destruction? Our protagonist just smirks. How could I ever make a losing investment? The scene shifts to a grand room where a man sits across from our protagonist. Lady Shirelle stands gracefully beside him, watching with amusement. The man looks at our protagonist and says, "Lord Knight Xia, the real estate contract for your purchase has been finalized. You have acquired 340 residential units and 184 commercial properties, totaling 1.2 billion gold coins. When would you like to make the payment?" Our protagonist casually replies, "I got all that for just 1 billion? I can pay right now." The man waves his hand with a satisfied smile. "Pleasure doing business with you." He then walks away, leaving Lady Shirelle to hand over another set of documents. She smiles. "Here is your citizenship document." Our protagonist reaches out to take it, grinning. "So, I'm officially a citizen of Windleaf City now." But before he can celebrate, Lady Shirelle corrects him with a playful tone. "Not just a Windleaf City citizen. You are now a first-class citizen of the Dragon Phoenix Empire." Sweat immediately rolls down our protagonist's face. "Wait, what? The Dragon Phoenix Empire?" The red frog jumps in, croaking in disbelief. "No way. Even some of the most powerful people in the world don't have first-class citizenship in the Dragon Phoenix Empire. You hit the jackpot, kid." Our protagonist stares at Lady Shirelle in shock. "Wait, could it be, madam, are you actually of royal descent?" Lady Shirelle tilts her head with an innocent smile. What, I can't be royalty?" Our protagonist gulps. "No wonder. Madam exudes such noble and regal elegance." Then, as if suddenly remembering something, he asks, "By the way, madam, do you know the royal beast tamer?" At this, Lady Shirelle's playful expression vanishes, replaced by a serious one. "You mean Uncle Stir? Why are you looking for him?" Our protagonist nods. "To be honest, I want to learn more about my Beastmaster profession and related missions." Lady Shirelle's lips curl into a soft smile again. "Uncle Stir should be in the imperial capital, but he's quite eccentric and unpredictable. I'll try to contact him for you." Hearing this, our protagonist suddenly turns into a smooth playboy, taking Lady Shirelle's hand and placing a kiss on it. "Beautiful madam, I truly don't know how to thank you. I can only offer you my sincere kiss." Lady Shirelle blushes slightly, giggling. "Please don't call me madam anymore. Just call me Sophia, all right?" Our protagonist smirks. "All right, beautiful Sophia." Just then, a flurry of notifications floods his vision. Ding! Due to your charm, Lady Shirelle's favorability +20. Congratulations! Great Xiao player Knight Xia has obtained first-class citizenship of the Dragon Phoenix Empire. Prestige ranking has been unlocked. Great Xiao players can now check the leaderboard. Congratulations! Great Xiao player Knight Xia successfully acquired real estate. The regional housing system is now open. All Great Xiao players' daily game time limit has increased by 1 hour. The red frog scoffs. "Look at you, fawning over her. Did you just sell your looks or something?" Our protagonist grins. "Old Hui, I just love seeing you irritated but completely powerless against me." Before the red frog can fire back, another notification pops up. Ding! Congratulations! You have leveled up to level 11. Ding! Your companion, Little Gray, has reached level 11. At the same time, just like before, a world announcement appears again. Ding! Congratulations! Great Xia player Knight Xia has obtained first-class citizenship of the Dragon Phoenix Empire. Prestige leaderboard has been unlocked. Great Xia players can now check the rankings. Congratulations! Great Xia player Knight Xia successfully purchased real estate. The Great Xia regional housing system is now active. All Great Xiao players' daily game time limit has increased by 1 hour. As always, players explode with excitement. What the hell? First-class citizenship? A housing system? Is this game even real? Another player jumps in. Wait, all Great Xiao players just got an extra hour of game time? That's insane. From another group, someone shouts, "Damn, what is this first-class citizen thing? What rank are we then? Third class." A frustrated teammate groans. "Being a nobody in real life is bad enough, and now I'm a nobody in the game too. What were the devs even thinking?" Someone else snaps back. "Stop complaining. Does anyone even know who the developers are? Meanwhile, the scene shifts to our protagonist's ex-girlfriend's group. A male teammate turns to her in disbelief. Oh my god, Xiao is already level 11 and even a first-class citizen. That's insane. She crosses her arms. Yeah, pretty impressive. But his name is kind of weird. Then suddenly, she sighs and slumps to the ground, muttering, if we had a top player like him leading us, we'd probably be level 4 or 5 by now. She looks at her struggling team and adds, unlike now, where we can't even kill a single slime. But before she can continue, a green-haired girl glares at her and scoffs. From your tone, are you unhappy with our team? A white-haired girl joins in, rolling her eyes. You've done nothing but still gained levels just by tagging along, and you're still not satisfied? Then a black-haired man snorts, yeah, if you don't like it, you can leave. The ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend quickly tries to calm things down. Everyone, it's a misunderstanding. My friend didn't mean it that way. Sorry about that. But she's already angry. Fine. I'll leave. Who cares? She stands up and storms off, dragging her boyfriend with her. Johan, we're leaving. Her boyfriend stares at her, confused. Yinran, what are you doing? As the couple walks away, someone from their ex-team sneers. You think just because you're a little pretty, you can act like a princess now? The boyfriend sighs, looking at his girlfriend. Great, now it's just the two of us. How are we supposed to level up? But Yinran glares at him. You said you'd help me level up, but when they all insulted me, you didn't defend me. Do you even care about me? The boyfriend massages her shoulders, trying to smooth things over. All right, I was wrong. By the way, did you contact Xiao to play Apocalypse with us? Yinran scoffs. Why should I contact him first? But her boyfriend clasps his hands together, pleading. All right, you have your pride. But just this once, do it for me. Reach out to Xiao and ask him to help us level up. She crosses her arms, smirking. Since you're begging me, I'll consider it. She checks the time. It's getting late anyway. I'll message him after I log off. Her boyfriend grins, waving at her. Great. Yinran, I'll be waiting for good news. As Yinran logs out, she turns back with a smug smile. See you tomorrow. I'm logging off. Inside her real-life bedroom, Yinran stretches and smirks to herself. Even though Xiao's way of throwing money around is a bit crude, I can't completely blame him. She picks up her phone, lying on her bed. All right, I'll take the initiative one more time. She quickly types out a message to our protagonist. Xiao, I'm playing a game called Apocalypse. Hurry up and buy the equipment, then help Xiao Tao and me level up. If you can get me onto the ranking board, I might consider being your girlfriend. What do you think? Are you touched? She sends the message, smiling proudly. Good thing I'm such a generous girl. I'll forgive you this time. She places her phone down. 5 minutes later, she picks it back up. Huh, why hasn't Xiao replied yet? Checking her messages, her eyes widen in shock. User Xiao is no longer in your friend list. She freezes, staring at the screen in disbelief. He deleted me? Then, rage fills her eyes. Xiao actually deleted me from his friend list? How dare he? She shouts loudly in her room. Xiao. From today onwards, we are completely done. If you really have any dignity, don't ever come begging to me like a dog. Even if you kneel, I will never forgive you. Never. Meanwhile, back in Windleaf City's Eastern District, our protagonist casually wanders around, admiring the area. Soon, my Eastern District will flourish just like this. He stops in front of a building, nodding. This is the place. As he steps inside, the shopkeeper looks at him with mild disdain. Our shop only appraises silver-grade equipment and above. If you got bronze gear, it's better to go outside the city. Without missing a beat, our protagonist casually pulls out a necklace and dangles it in front of the shopkeeper. What about dark gold tier? Can you appraise it? The shopkeeper's eyes widen in shock. Holy crap, it really is dark gold. He quickly composes himself, clears his throat, and says, Don't worry, sir, if it's dark gold grade, the shop owner himself will handle it to ensure success. Our protagonist raises an eyebrow. Cut the nonsense. What's the success rate? The shopkeeper adjusts his collar, suddenly speaking more politely. I'm a gold tier appraiser, highly skilled, with over an 80% success rate. However, gold-grade appraisals cost 100 gold coins each. Without hesitation, our protagonist tosses a gold coin pouch onto the counter. No problem. Start appraising. I've got several other gold pieces too. Appraise them all. The shopkeeper's jaw drops as he stares at the pile of high-tier equipment. Damn, this guy is loaded. Our protagonist smirks confidently. Hurry up, I'm in a rush. The shopkeeper snaps to attention. Got it. Some time later. The shopkeeper appraises the pendant, and a notification pops up. Spirit plus 40. Strength plus 40. Dark attribute damage minus 20%. The shopkeeper wipes sweat off his forehead, staring at the stats in awe. These stats are absolutely insane. Our protagonist grins, inspecting the pendant. Not bad. Continue.
That's it for today's video. Yeah, I know it's short, but hey, this manhwa is fresh off the press, and I need your thoughts. What do you think about it? Want to see the next part? Drop your opinions in the comments. And if you're new here, smash that subscribe button right now. I'll keep bringing you the most exciting manhwa out there.